In this video, we're gonna take a look at every single mainland boss you can defeat in Minecraft dungeons. So, further ado, let's begin. First one is the EVOKER. Against EVOKER, basically, what I recommend mainly to defeat an EVOKER is basically using something which deals a lot of damage and gets you a multi-roll, because when he does that, you know, the ground, the thing like the spikes or whatever, the crocodile kind of skeleton crocodile kind of mouth comes out or something. I don't know what to call it. Okay, so you're gonna get as anything like that, or you can just use a rapid crossbow and just disintegrate it, and of course use a little medallion to just, you know, make some allies. You're gonna dodge that and deal as much damage as possible, and you're gonna use a heavy dealing damage weapon, and probably, let's say, something like Gong of Weakening and Death Cap Mushroom. Second one is the Cauldron. Against Cauldron, what I recommend you the most is using an armor with potion bearer difficulty. If you are at low level difficulty, it's easy to get potion bearer at that level too. And what I recommend is using a fast-paced weapon like Fighter's Bindings, somewhat like anything which is damage dealing a lot more faster than other weapons. Daggers at low level works out too. The sickles, those are great too. Anything, any variants of them works out. So Fighter's Bindings are probably the best. The reason behind this is once you use that, it's basically like you're gonna use a you know, fireball throw or you know, explosive crossbow, anything like that. You're gonna use Ironhide Amulet for a bit more protection, using a fast-paced melee weapon for radiance, so you can heal up anytime you want, and of course Gong of Weakening to just weaken the Cauldron. Now the reason behind this entire fight is like you're gonna use a fireball throw at high difficulties. The reason behind it is it has like it attacks, and it sometimes there is a chance you'll just you know it deals a good splash damage and stuff, so you can just deal a lot more damage at places where you need to splash area damage, you know. So that's the main reason behind it. You're just gonna go near it, and yeah, when you go near it, the reason behind the potion bearer enchantment is basically when you know it's fire thingy, you can just activate your potion bearer and nothing will happen to you. So at those 9 seconds you have the full freedom to deal as much damage as possible or even take it out. So that's the biggest reason I force people to use potion bearer enchantment, because while defeating boss, it gives you full freedom of dealing as much damage you wish to. So that's the reason. Let's get to the next boss. Next boss is the one and only Redstone Golem. You're gonna use Potion Barrier as he deals a lot of damage when he attacks you, and I would recommend you to use a highly damaging weapon over here too, because it's something you should use. Like, best high damage using weapon is probably one and only, you know, curse stacks, but high speed weapons are good too. The Temple Theft enchantment is really hard countering this guy, and yeah, you know, you're gonna use it, and a Buzzy Hive or Buzzy Nest, whatever you wanna call that, an artifact. When you can use this against him too, and use a highly damaging bow, so the Redstone Golem will be just, you know, distracted with the bees, and well, you'll be get rid of him. But at this point there's something glitch going on, so I managed to complete this with that. Like, this was weird, okay? I didn't even knew a glitch like this existed in this entire level. So basically, yeah, you can use that. The bosses, the guy who was never named, the nameless one. You're gonna use a potion barrier armor, a totem of shielding, a low medallion, and a bow with pretty good high damage on it. Like you can use overcharge, anything you wish, and high speed weapon which has good range too. I use this weapon, but it's on you. You're gonna make some of those skeleton friends, and then just attack from distance. A totem of shielding, you can just carry 2 of them around, which is okay too, to ask me. So you're just gonna do that, like 2 totem of shielding, you just hard counter him easily, so you don't have to worry about his OP shots, so that's how you're gonna manage defeating this guy. And let's get to the next boss fight. We are at the redstone monstrosity. You're gonna use unstable robe if possible. If not, use an armor with multi-roll. Multi-roll gives you a full freedom of getting away from these things. The cube things. Then you're gonna use temple theft and a really good weapon having a good amount of high DPS. Best is cursed axe or double axe. Any kind of those variants are good if you are on low difficulties, or you can use a high damage dealing any other weapon if there is any, to ask me. Scythes can be great too while taking out those cubes, and it can be a great weapon. So double axe or scythes are good, or the variants are good. You're gonna use a Gong of Weakening over here, which is gonna help you out deal an extra damage when he is doing nothing but just walking around and just literally puking on you. Like, basically, that's the one. And those cores, some people do not know how to use them, but when you activate a core, it blasts in horizontal and vertically. So basically, that's how you're gonna use it. You're not gonna get yourself inside it, or you're just gonna get yourself in the problem. That can help you out a ton at places when you have to get rid of those cubes. So yeah, you're gonna use this trick to just do this. The basic the weakness of this boss is it's too slow, so use the weakness. Remember me, temple theft enchantment. Here we are at the final boss fight of story in mainland, which is the Arch-Elder. Best enchantments, potion barrier on the armor, having a high DPS weapon on you, and a bow which is snipes you shooter. Anything like hard crossbow, burst crossbow, anything like that works, or even a butterfly crossbow, rapid crossbow, anything similar to that works out too, if you have a lot of arrows. Hear me out. If only you have high amount of arrows, let's say. So I like to use the Soul Hunter crossbow, as it's good one. It's one of my favorite crossbows in the game. It looks cool, but that doesn't matter. Here's the Arch-Elder fight. As the Arch-Elder spawns, you're gonna take the advantage and deal damage to it. Basically, as it spawns, you're just gonna deal so much damage to it. Just activate the Gong of Weakening and deal as much damage as possible. If it's away from you, use your snipe shooting a crossbow and just deal as much damage as possible. You're gonna take a totem of shielding with you too, which is gonna finally spawn the Heart of Ender. When he has not started doing its annoying the void thingy, you're gonna carry around 2, if you can, totem of shieldings. If you think you need time, you're just gonna jump off the entire ground and you're gonna spawn outside from here. So in case if you get yourself out off guard, you're gonna activate a potion barrier, which is gonna help you out a ton. It's an easy peasy job, or you can hide behind that wall. If anything goes wrong, you can just jump outside, like backside into the nothing, well, you can just respawn outside. You can just heal back in and get inside, which is really simple to last me. So you're gonna just defeat it, but if you're defeating it melee and you're too close to it, you're gonna get stuck there and you're gonna die. So yeah, in case if you didn't knew that, that's some new fact for you right there. Here's the extra final boss, which is the Monstrosity. Defeating this guy using an unstable rope is really good. Or also, Shadow Walker armor, which has invulnerability when you are rolling. So basically, you're gonna use any of those with multi-roll and a Death Cap Mushroom. You're gonna use a Gong of Weakening and a Boozy Nest. Boozy Nest, you will see it why, Gong of Weakening, and as a weapon, a high dealing weapon or anything like, mechanical saw blade works out too. Nothing like the heavy swords, you don't need to use anything like that because it's just like boring stuff, it's too hard to defeat it like that. You're gonna make your way to this corner. Yeah, so once you're at that corner, you're basically just gonna put the Boozy Nest there. Then once he has attacked the Boozy Nest, he will just aggress on that. So you're gonna keep dealing damage while he is just literally doing nothing. You're just gonna keep attacking this guy. When he attacks you, you can just roll at perfect movement and negate the completely damage. So you're basically invulnerable by just rolling, okay? So that's how you defeat this guy. You just need to get some skills in your brain. And once you use it, basically you can dominate this game. And just like that, you can just complete the entire bosses in mainland. So that's the guide about how to defeat all boss. If you found this helpful, make sure you share it to your friends and make them go through the thing too, and comment down below if you have any questions or any tips, extra tips let's say, and make sure you hit that subscribe button because it helps me out a ton. Come on man, that's the work and you need to appreciate it now. And if you didn't know how to unlock the ruins, make sure you check it out, or how to get better apocalypse difficulty. And this is me Prahant signing out of this video.